Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope you are fine. Okay, students. Now we will start our geography chapter number 8, how seasons occur. Before that, I will ask you some questions, students. You will answer me or you will just write in the chat box, okay? If you want to answer, you can unmute your mic, okay? So, first of all, have you ever wondered why the seasons occur? Why there is winter season? Why there is summer season? So, that we are going to see in this chapter. First, we will see some questions regarding your previous knowledge. We will see in the next screen. See, See now students, now you all know that we all live on the earth. Now where is this earth? This earth is in the space. So this space is very big. In this space, so many stars are there. But you know students, there is one star which is near to us. Can you tell me which is that star? Yes, students, if you know the answer, you can unmute your mic and tell the
Sun.
answer. Yes?
Sun.
Sun.
Yes,
Sun
very
is a
good.
star.
So, first question's answer is sun. So, it is the star in our solar system. Now, what is
Yes.
the solar system, students? The solar
That is
system,
space.
yes. The solar system is one thing in which one star is there, and around this star, so many heavenly bodies rotate. Now, what are these heavenly bodies? So, one of these heavenly bodies are the planets. Now, can you
Yes.
name the planets in our solar system, students?
Venus, Mars, Mercury, Neptune, Uranus, Jupiter, Saturn, Earth.
Yes, very good. The students is very bright, very smart answer. Now, third question. Now, as you all know, these planets revolve around the sun. Now, what is this revolution? Can anyone tell me what is revolution?
Uh,
Yes? You can answer in your own words. If you can't speak, you can answer in Hindi also.
Ma'am, revolution is the time of
the sun.
period in which the earth revolves around the sun and
Yes, what is revolve means what? It moves around the sun. It takes a circular motion around the sun. Okay?
yes, ma'am, and
Yes.
rotation means rotating around itself.
Yes. Rotating means what? It spins. How the top spins you all have seen. Wait. How the top spins? In that way, the earth also spins around itself. It revolves around the sun as well as it rotates around itself. Now, will you tell me how much time the earth takes to complete one revolution?
360 days, 1 year.
365 days. Yes, very good. Now, 365 days means what? 1 year. And how much time the earth takes to complete one rotation to
24
rotate around
hours.
itself?
24
Yes,
hours.
very good. 24 hours means one day. Yes, very good,
Yes.
students. Now, because of this rotation and revolution, what happens, students? Because of this,
Yes.
day and
The
night.
seasons change, day and
Yes,
night
yes,
crosses.
Yes.
yes, very good. Now, all of you mute your mic. Now, in the next slide, we will see what we have studied in How Seasons Occur Part 1. This is Part 2. Part 1 was in chapter number 1 of Geography. So, we will see the next slide, what we have seen in the first lesson. First of all, before seeing that slide, first lesson, we will see some important terms that are going to see in the chapter. First one is revolution. As you all know what is revolution, I will just read it. You can write down the notes if you want or just take the screenshot. So first one is revolution of earth. The earth moves around the sun. This movement is called revolution of the earth. So if anyone don't know, they can take the notes. Revolution means what? The earth is moving around the sun in a circular path. Now next in the chapter we are going to see how it moves. Then rotation. What is rotation? The earth spins around its axis. Now what is this axis? That also we will see in the next concept. The earth spins around its axis. This movement is called as rotation of the earth. Now what is this axis? Axis is an imaginary straight line which passes from the north and the south pole through the center of the earth. That is called as axis of the earth. So, you know students, how the top spins, you have seen how the top is spinning. It is spinning in a straight way, but the earth is not spinning in a straight way. Its axis is somewhat tilted. That figure I will show in the next slide. First we will see what we have seen in the first chapter. See, these two experiments we have carried in the first chapter. So what was there in the first experiment? See, there is a torch and in front of that there is a candle, and in front of the candle there is a plain paper. So when we turn on the torch, we see the shadow of the candle on the plain paper. So next what we do? We move the table. So what happens? The shadow of the candle also moves. So in the same way we have to carry the experiment in our school from June to December. But because of this pandemic, you cannot go to the school. So what we observe through this second experiment, when we keep the record, the shadow also moves. Shadow of the rod also moves. So why this happens, students? You know, because because of the change in the sunrise and sunset of the sun. Okay, so we will see why this happens. Now first of all, I will tell you that the sun never changes its position. You all know that sun is in the constant position. So why that sun is apparent to be moving? It appears to be moving. That we will see what it is called. So this movement of the sun, that the sun is appearing to be moving. Appearing means what? It is not moving in reality, but it appears to move. That is called as apparent movement of the sun. So in reality what happens, students? The sun is in a constant place, but our earth is moving. Earth is revolving around the sun. So what we feel? That the sun is moving, but the earth is moving. Because of that, the shadow also moves. So this movement of the sun, that is called as apparent movement of the sun. We feel that the sun is moving. So now we will see what is apparent movement of the sun. In the next slide we will see. Now I will read. You can take down the notes. Apparent movement of the sun. The sun's position appears to move towards the north or south in the course of a year. However, in reality, the sun does not move anywhere. This movement of the sun towards the north or south in a year is the apparent movement of the sun. So, how the sun is appearing to move? It is appearing to move towards the north or south. So north means what? We call north in Hindi or Marathi we call it Uttar, and south we call Dakshin. Okay. So these concepts, two new concepts we are going to see. But first of all we will see how the apparent movement of the sun appears. In the next figure we will see in the next slide how the apparent. See here you can see how the earth is moving. Earth is revolving around the sun. So here what you can see the date is given when the Dakshinayan occurs. So what is Dakshinayan? First of all students, I will tell you what is Dakshinayan. As I have told you, Dakshin means what? South, and Uttar means north. So Dakshinayan means what? The period, the time in which the sun appears, means it is not moving but it appears to be moving. What is that time? That is called as Dakshinayan. So what is Dakshinayan? It is the time when the sun appears period is Dakshinayan. Okay. Hello.
Hello, Miss.
Yes. 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 Now from 22nd December to 21st June, what happens? The earth appears to move towards the north. Yes, students, have you understood? I hope you have understood. So this is called as Dakshinayan and Uttarayan. Now we will see what is Dakshinayan and Uttarayan in the next slide. See, take down the notes, students. Dakshinayan, the position of the rising sun. So when the rising sun, it appears to be moving towards the south when it appears from 21st June to 22nd December. Okay, so the position of the rising sun keeps on moving towards the south in the period from 21st June to 22nd December. This period is called as Dakshinayan. Second one is Uttarayan. Uttar means north. So when the sun appears to be moving in the north, it appears to be moving from 22nd December to 21st June. Okay, the position of the rising sun keeps on moving towards the north in the period from 22nd December to 21st June. This period is called as Uttarayan. Okay, students. Now these two new concepts we have understood today. Now again we are going to see two new concepts. But before that I will tell you what happens. See, the as I have told you that earth revolves around the sun. But how is this revolution? It revolves in a circular path? No, it does not revolve in an exact circular path. How it moves? It moves in an elliptical path. Now, what is ellipse? What is an elliptical path? See, you have seen a circle? Yes, but when the circle is stretched, it is stretched like an oval. So, that is called as elliptical path. So, in the next figure, we will see how the earth revolves around the sun. Next slide, we will see. Now, first, seeing that, hello, sorry, network problem. So, first of all, we will see factors responsible for the apparent movement of the sun. So, there are two factors. Why the sun appears to be moving? So, here you can see two figures. First one is revolution of the earth around the sun. Because of this, what happens? We feel that the sun is moving, but in reality, earth is moving. It is revolving around the sun. And second factor, the tilted axis of the earth. So now in this second figure, what you can see how the earth is moving, see students, it is not moving in a straight way. Its axis, you can see an imaginary line is passing through the north and south pole of the earth. So that axis is tilted. This axis is in a slanting way. So because of this, what happens? The earth moves in an tilted axis. And because of these two factors, the sun appears to be moving. These are responsible for the apparent movement of the sun. Okay, students? So, next we will see, next slide we will see now, students. Here. So, as I have told you, the earth moves around the sun in an elliptical path. Now, here you can see the motion of the earth is not in a circular way, it is slightly oval. This is called as elliptical path, Earth's elliptical orbit. Now, if you observe this figure, students, you can see that the Earth's distance from the left hand side and right hand side is different. See here, you can see in the right hand side how much it is 147 million kilometer, and in the left hand side It is 152 million kilometer. So it is not same, students. Why? Because the earth is not moving in an circular orbit. It is moving in an elliptical orbit. So what happens? Sometimes the sun and earth are at a minimum distance. They are nearer and sometimes they are far away. So when this happens, students, that you will see, but what it is called when it is at a maximum or minimum distance, there are two words what we are going to study, new words. First one is perihelion. What is this perihelion? When the earth is at a minimum distance from the sun. Here you can see 147 million kilometers. So that position, when the earth is at that position of the earth is called as perihelion. So what happens here, student? You can see this axis of the earth that is tilted, and which hemisphere is towards the sun? Can you tell me, students? Anyone? Which hemisphere? You know, students, earth is divided into northern and southern hemisphere. So can you tell me
Miss,
which
please
hemisphere?
repeat the question.
Yes. Can
Repeat
you
the
tell me,
question.
students? You can see the earth in the perihelion position now in this figure.
Yes.
So, which part of the axis, northern or southern part of the axis, is towards the sun? See, you can see the earth and the axis, the imaginary line, dotted line also you can see, students, on the earth.
Yes, Miss.
Yes, so that dotted line, which part of that dotted line is towards the sun? North or south?
Northern Hemisphere.
No, no. See properly in the perihelion position. The upper part is on the right side and lower part means southern hemisphere is towards the sun. Downward part you can
Yes.
see it is towards the sun. So
Yes, southern
southern end
hemisphere is
of the
towards
axis
the
is
downward
towards
side.
the sun in the perihelion position. Okay? And
Okay,
next
Miss.
in the yes, in the left hand side which part is towards the sun? Which end of the axis is towards the sun? Aphelion position in the left hand side you can see the upper part is towards the sun. Upper part of the axis means what? In the upper part it is north. So northern end of the axis is towards the sun. Okay, students. Now two more terms you have come to know in this lesson:
Yes, miss.
perihelion and aphelion. Now we will see when that happens. In the next slide we will see.
Miss, I have a question.
Yes, ask.
Perihelion and aphelion means?
That all I told you, no? We will again see the first slide. Okay. Now see. Now you can see the sun, the earth. Yes, students, can you see it? Sun is in between and earth is moving around the sun. Now,
Yes.
what happens when the earth is near to the sun? See here you can see what is the distance of the earth from sun, 147 million kilometer.
Yes.
When it is nearer, the minimum distance, minimum means what? Smallest distance from the sun. That position of the earth is called as perihelion.
Yes.
And when it is farthest, far away from the sun, that position of the earth is called as aphelion.
Yes, miss, I understand.
Okay, clear?
Yes.
Yes, very good. Now next slide we will see when it occurs. See, perihelion. The distance of the earth from the sun is minimum in the first week of January. So when this happens, students? In the first week of January. That time the earth is at a minimum distance. It is nearer to the sun. This is called as perihelion position of the earth. In this position, the southern end of the axis is towards the sun. Now, as I have shown you in the figure, that the southern end of the axis, what is axis? The imaginary line that passes through the north and south pole of the earth that is called as axis. When the southern end, the lower part of the axis, faces towards the sun, at that time perihelion position is there. And this perihelion position, when it occurs in the first week of January. So how you will, I will repeat this, how you will say this. The distance of the earth from the sun is minimum in the first week of January. This is called as perihelion position of the earth. In this position, the southern end of the axis is towards the sun. Now next we will see aphelion, when the earth is far away from the sun at a maximum distance. So when it happens, students, in the first week of July. So perihelion happens in January and aphelion happens in July. So I am reading this. The distance of the earth from the sun is maximum in the first week of July. This is called aphelion position of the earth. And which part of the axis is towards the sun? Northern end of the axis. So in perihelion position, southern end is towards the sun, and in aphelion position, northern end is towards the sun. Okay, students? If you have any doubt, you can ask me now, students. So next we will see the next slide. Now it's evaluation time, students. See, these are very easy questions. If you know, you can answer. You can unmute your mic. First question is what, students? I have given two options for the question. You have to choose one correct option. So I will
Yes.
read it. First is the apparent movement of the sun means. What it means? First one, the sun
It
revolves around the
appears.
earth. Wait. Let me finish first. Sun revolves around the earth in a year, and B, it appears that the sun moves to the north or south in a year. So students, you can answer now.
Miss, can I answer?
Yes.
Miss, I can. B. B.
Who have answered,
Yes,
they don't answer now. Give
or
chance to other students also, okay?
Aditi Avinash Nagne.
Hmm.
B. It appears that the sun moves to the north or south in a year.
Yes, very good. So, first option is what? The sun revolves. The sun never revolves. It never changes its place. So, second is correct. It appears to move. It is never moving. It appears to be moving. So, that is called as apparent movement of the sun. Now, next one. See, those students, those who have understood, they can answer, but give chance to other students also. Let them try, okay? Now, second one, the period in which the position of the rising sun keeps on moving towards the south is called as A. Uttarayan and B. Dakshinayan. So, other students will answer now.
Miss, can I answer?
Who are you? Have you answered first?
No.
Okay. So, what is the answer?
Answer is B.
Read it. What is B?
Dakshinayan.
Yes. Dakshinayan. Dakshin means what? South.
South.
So,
B.
correct. So when the sun appears to be moving towards the south, that period is called as Dakshinayan. So third one, the position in which the earth is at the maximum distance from the sun is called as A. Aphelion, B. Perihelion. Who will answer now? Yes, students? It's very easy, students. If it is wrong, then also it is okay. I will explain you.
Miss first.
Read it, what it is.
Appreciation.
Aphelion. So, correct, very good. So, when it is at a maximum distance, it is called as aphelion. And what is perihelion? When it is at a minimum distance. Now, next slide, more questions we will see. See, answer the following questions. Now, first question is what? Which are the two factors that are responsible for the apparent movement of the sun? Who will answer this? I have shown you two factors because of which the sun appears to be moving. Can you
Miss,
tell me, students? Yes.
The imaginary axis line.
Yes, that is one
and we
factor.
And the earth
Yes, correct.
revolves.
Yes, very good, students. So, which are the two factors? The revolution of the earth around the sun, and second one is the
The
tilted.
imaginary axis line.
How you will call it? The tilted axis of the earth. Don't
Tilted
call it
axis of the
imaginary.
earth.
Tell the tilted axis of the earth.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what is Uttarayan, students?
the position of the rising sun keeps on moving towards the south in the period from
No,
1st
no, no.
June
No,
to
miss, it
Listen,
is
listen,
wrong.
listen.
It is
It
wrong.
is Uttar, na?
I
Uttar
can tell
means north.
the
Yes.
position the position of the rising sun keeps on moving towards the north
Huh. So when is that
from
period?
22nd December to 21st June.
Uh, very good. Nice. Now, third one. Who will answer what is Dakshinayan?
The position of
Same
rising
student is
sun.
answering.
Huh?
Same student is answering.
Yes. No one is
Just
answering.
other one also, na beta?
yes,
Yes.
miss,
Huh.
I can
Yes.
answer.
Answer. What is Dakshinayan?
The period from 20 sorry, the position of the rising sun keeps on moving towards the south is the period from 21st June to 22nd December.
December.
This period is called the Dakshinayan.
Yes, very good. Now, fourth question. What is perihelion? Now, second and third was about the position of sun. Now, fourth and fifth are about the position of earth. So, who will answer the fourth question? Yes, students, you can try. I will correct you if you don't know. What is perihelion, students? You can answer
As
it.
the moment,
Yes.
as the earth move in the ellipse,
See,
it
don't see in the textbook and answer, students. Okay. What is perihelion? When the earth is at
miss
a, yes, yes, yes. Who is
the
answering?
point in orbit of a planet or comet at which is closest to the sun.
Yes, very good. You have tried in your own words. Very good. When the earth is closer, closer to the sun, means it is nearer to the sun. That position of the earth is called as perihelion. Very good. Now, fifth one. What is ephelion?
The maximum distance from the sun is called aphelion.
Yes.
It happens in the first week of July.
Yes, very good. So it is not the distance, it is the position of the earth. How you will tell this answer? The position of the earth is maximum in the first week of July. This position is called as aphelion. Like this you have to answer, students. Okay, students. Now next part of the lesson we will see next in the next session. Now if you have any doubt, students, you can ask me.
Miss,
Anyone?
there is no homework.
Yes, homework is there. So what you have to do? See, in the third slide, we have seen a figure of perihelion and ephelion. That we will see again. Yes, yes. Wait, wait.
This.
Next.
This.
Next. No. So we will see the slide. What is your next? Yes, wait. So see here, this figure is in your textbook also, students. So what is,
Which page
see,
number?
page number 47.
Aditi.
Page
Page
Huh?
number
number
47,
47.
students. So what is this? This figure is about perihelion and ephelion. So what you have to do?
How to draw
Yes, you
this?
have to draw in your notebook. So you
Okay.
will understand properly how the ephelion and perihelion happens. Okay, this is your homework, students. So if you have any doubt, you can ask me. I will clear now.
No, miss.
No?
Miss, in
Yes.
this figure, why there is not southern hemisphere winter, southern hemisphere summer, and uh, northern hemisphere winter,
Yes,
northern
yes.
hemisphere summer?
See, here you can see why there is winter in northern hemisphere, because the northern hemisphere is not facing towards the sun.
Yes.
Southern hemisphere is facing towards the sun. So at that time there is summer in southern hemisphere and winter in northern hemisphere. And in the same way, when we will see here in the ephelion position, what happens? There is summer in northern hemisphere because it is facing towards the sun. Yes,
Okay.
understood?
Yes.
मिस
Yes.
Yes.
आपको कैसे समझा कि ये नॉर्थन हेमिस्फेयर सदर्न
Yes.
हेमिस्फेयर?
So how you don't know what is northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. So
Yes.
we see the earth. Earth का जो upper part है, the upper part of the earth above the equator. You know what is equator?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, equator is also an imaginary line that divides the earth
Yes.
into two equal parts. So, above the equator it is northern hemisphere and below the equator it is southern hemisphere. So, here you can see which part is facing southern hemisphere or northern hemisphere. Yes, now have you understood?
Southern hemisphere.
Have you understood, students?
Yes,
Yes,
miss.
miss.
Okay. Anyone has any doubt, they can ask me now also.
No.
No, miss.